I told y'all, Arsenal's season is over in January. Khalas, it's finished. It's done. Don't tell me about the Champions League. Don't tell me about the league. The cup, you're out of the FA Cup and the Carabao Cup very, very soon. Newcastle will be eliminating you from that soon. It's done. It's over. C'est fini. Arrivederci. Finito. Whatever language you want to speak, I'll say it. It's done. Manchester United have just played 30 minutes of regular time with 10 men, and then 30 minutes of injury time with 10 men before knocking out Arsenal on penalties at the Emirates. They are done. Where do we start with this? I know, let's start with Man United. What a result. What a result. Honestly, my heart was in my chest. Well, obviously it's in my chest. It was in my throat the entire time, bro. Honestly, what a nerve-wracking game from United perspective. They go up 1-0, honestly, after not the greatest first half. That first half was so bizarre, to be honest with you, because United couldn't keep the ball for 5 passes in a row. Arsenal had most of the ball, but they couldn't really do anything with it. Honestly, Arsenal didn't threaten United. People are going to look at the XG of this game and say, wow, Arsenal just dominated United. Let's call it what it is. Before the red card, Arsenal barely laid a glove on United. They weren't really creating that many good chances. So it was really a nothing game for 45 minutes. And in the second half, it started off like that until the United opener from Bruno Fernandes. Garnacho gets sent down the right. Well, Gabriel slips at a really crucial time. Garnacho sniffs danger, capitalizes off of it, bursts down the wing, plays it into Bruno Fernandes, left open at the back post. Brilliant finish into the far corner. And out of nothing, in an awful game from both sides, Man United took the lead. And I wouldn't say it was like, oh, they played amazing stuff so they deserved it, but it was like, Arsenal didn't really create anything either. So it was like, who was going to capitalize first? That was Man United. And at that point, I genuinely felt, I think we can win this game. Because I said it before the game, I was saying it during the game, and I'm saying it now. At no point did I feel with Arsenal's attackers on the pitch that we were in any sort of trouble. I never felt that way. Before the game, I looked at the lineup. Havertz, Jesus, Martinelli. That doesn't scare me. My team's in 13th place. We stink. I was not fazed at one point about that attack. And that's not benefit of hindsight. Go watch Cam's vlog I think he's putting out today. I said it on there too. At no point was I fazed by that attack. Now, the red card to Dalot opened up proceedings a bit. That was such a stupid red card. And I'm seeing a lot of people say he didn't touch him, but I just feel like when you're on a yellow and the intensity of that game has kind of hit a boiling point, we're flying into tackles. I think United committed 12 fouls in the first half. We played aggressive today. You need a calm head. You need to relax a little bit, and you need to know when to kind of just stay away from those kinds of moments. Don't even give the referee a decision to make. And some people will say he didn't touch him, but I think it's a second yellow. I can't lie. When you go in with that kind of intent and you go in two-footed like that, you're always kind of putting yourself at risk. And when you're already on a yellow card, I just felt it was such a stupid moment from Dalot, who was actually playing a pretty decent game. I thought he was good against Liverpool. I think, to be honest with you, I have to apologize because I was probably too harsh on Dalot in the Liverpool reaction. He played much better than I probably give him credit for. And I thought he was playing pretty well against Arsenal today. And that moment just kind of allowed Arsenal to take a stranglehold on the game. I think Diallo was preparing to come on in place of Dalot. Arsenal all of a sudden kind of have some spring in their step now. They have some wind behind their sails. And they grab an equalizer that, again, wasn't really well worked out. But Bayindir, the ball gets sent into the box. And Arsenal were sending the ball into the box on set pieces and crosses all game long. Because, that's all that they do. Bayindir tries punching it away. But he's really... Honestly, Bayindir has a few holes in his game. One of them is his passing out the back. The other is his claiming from crosses on high balls. He's not good at either of them. His clearance or whatever that was absolutely garbage. It falls to Gabriel. He strikes it, deflects off Delict, falls into the bottom corner. Nothing Bayindir can do from there. 1-1. And at that point, I was thinking to myself, oh, we're in trouble. We're in trouble. Because now 10 men, 1-1, all the momentum's in Arsenal's way. At the Emirates, we already are kind of lightweight as is. We could be in trouble here. And that is when Arsenal's attack started building up. And they started accruing XG for fun. And they get a penalty through Kai Havertz, who, let's call it what it is. He dived. And because there's no VAR in the FA Cup, the referee sees it as a foul. He gives it. Penalty, 10 minutes left on the clock. We're all thinking, doomsday, it's over. First of all, let me say this. We often argue a lot about VAR, no VAR, VAR, no VAR. I think today is kind of a reminder, as much as we criticize VAR, I think we'd rather have it than not. Yes, it needs to be improved on. Yes, it needs some adjustments. But when you see games like today, I hear it. We need it. We need it. We need it to be improved, but we need it. We need technology. Because moments like that should never be a penalty. Ever. But, as they say, ball don't lie. Ball don't lie, man. It wasn't a foul. And the footballing higher-ups, they looked down at that and said, yeah, you're not scoring this. Odegaard takes the penalty, and Bayindir From 0 on the goal that he conceded to absolute hero, big save on Odegaard, bottom left corner. Man United are still alive. But from that moment on, my God, did Arsenal have chances? Oh, they had chances. First 60 minutes, I would say, they were toothless. They were flat. Once that red card happened, they were onto us. And it's just our luck that the biggest chances of the game happened to the biggest dud of the game. Kai Havertz. This is going to be a game that means Arsenal sign a striker in the summer. I'm sorry. I have no doubt about it. This summer, Arsenal will commit major money to a striker. And this kind of game will be the reason for it. He was bad against Newcastle. We all remember that miss where he tried to head it, it went off his shoulder. But today, if Arsenal go into next season with Kai Havertz as their main center forward, they're not serious about winning the league. Because today, oh my God, if any performance were to ever encapsulate everything wrong with Kai Havertz and everything wrong with Arsenal from an attacking point of view, this performance from Kai Havertz is that game. Chance after chance, sitter after sitter, open goal after open goal, and then eventually penalty to seal the game. And he fluffed his lines every single time. And with Havertz, it's never just a regular miss. It's like he makes the easiest chance look like a bicycle kick in terms of difficulty. The goal is gaping. He scythes it wide. The goal is gaping. He clears it wide. Penalty. Bayindir save. Wow. You talk about a 0 out of 10 performance from your center forward today. That's what Kai Havertz just gave Arsenal. And again, the XG after the red card was crazy high. I think Arsenal on XG, they had 3-point-something XG because they had so many big chances. Declan Rice missed at the end. Bayindir, big save. They had their chances. Penalty that they missed. But when your chances are falling to these kinds of players, think about who I'm naming here. Declan Rice, Gabriel, Kai Havertz. I'm sorry, you'll live with that. You'll live with that. So yeah, today, I mean, I think Arteta's substitutions at times were bad. Honestly, it feels like Arteta doesn't substitute players if it's not for injury. But at the same time too, when your team creates 3-point-something XG, you got to look at the guys missing. Now, it's Arteta's fault because the squad is one that he's built. Over 700 million pounds of investment over the last 4 or 5 years. But in terms of today's on-pitch performance, I'm sorry, it's on the attackers. But it shouldn't be a shock. This is not a game that you can say, oh, just chalk it up to bad luck in front of goal. Nah, take lessons from this going into next season. Because this season, your year is done. This season is done for Arsenal fans. But for next season, take lessons on the fact that this front three, or these attacking options when Saka is out, will always let you down. You will never, ever win serious trophies with these guys as your attackers. Kai Havertz, Martinelli, Leandro Trossard, Raheem Sterling, Gabriel Jesus. Name them and shame them. These guys will not deliver you to major trophies. Not in 2025. No. Impossible. Come on. You're getting mad that chances are falling to Declan Rice in the final third. You shouldn't be relying on Declan Rice to be bagging you goals. Martinelli, how he completed 120 minutes today is beyond me. Beyond me. Wow, you talk about a player so out of his depth at the moment. So completely written off now. He goes one-on-one with every fullback. I promise you. Chat, guys, I lean back in my chair, legs crossed. Oh, we won it. Time to attack. No threat whatsoever. No threat whatsoever. Mikel Merino in midfield today. I promise you, he had that shot that got deflected for a corner, and I think he went off shortly after. Outside of that, I actually forgot he was playing. I genuinely, when I saw him take that shot, I was like, oh shit, Merino started the game. This is the first time I actually seen him contribute anything. What a waste of a signing it's kind of turning out to be. He's bagged a few important goals here and there, but in a summer where I keep repeating it, they needed certain things to just bridge the gap. Merino is what you came up with. Raheem Sterling is what you came up with. The season is done for Arsenal. Write it off. Newcastle will eliminate them in the second leg. United have eliminated them tonight. They are not winning the Champions League. And the league, I gotta see a massive collapse from Liverpool to believe that. And I don't see that coming. Write it off. It's over. Last video I said it's almost over because this was the game for me that could at least salvage their season in some regard. Now, it's over in January. Fini. Khalas. Now for Man United, you know what? There's a few talking points. I honestly think there's more talking points to take out of Arsenal from this game than Man United. I do think so. Because Man United were playing with 10 men for most of it. Man United are in a different stage of their process than Arsenal are. We didn't start our strongest team today. There's not too much to take from Man United. I think defensively, the man of the match today is Harry Maguire. This guy's a warrior. This guy is a soldier. Mentality monster. And in a back three, damn it, an extremely good center back. He has been a revelation since Amorim came in. And there haven't been too many. There's some players that are struggling to adapt to this system. They're struggling because there's not an actual role made for them. Maguire is thriving. Maguire looks like the 80 million pound center back that Man United bought. He's unbeatable in the air. He's winning his duels. He's nullifying opposition attackers. He looks incredible. Maguire has been brilliant since Amorim came in. And today, I thought he was the best player on the pitch, bar none. I thought Manuel Ugarte played a terrific game again, and he's proving to be a revelation under Amorim. Something I didn't see coming, but wow, I'm so impressed. I'm so impressed. He's a pit bull in the middle of the park. He's a leader in the middle of the park. Bayindir, after the goal that he conceded, was unstoppable. Huge penalty save in regular time, and then huge penalty save on Havertz in the penalty shootout. Who else do I want to speak on today? Because there's one guy I want to speak on, but I want to leave him until the end. De Ligt put his body on the line on a huge Trossard opportunity. Mazraoui felt like he was playing everywhere. Lisandro was playing striker towards the end of the game. There was a lot of great performance. Toby Collyer, when he came on today, honestly, I thought it was a great cameo. Honestly, very neat, very composed, didn't lose the ball, won us some tackles, won us some time. Really impressed with his cameo. Bruno, captain's performance. But the guy I really want to give a huge shout out today is Joshua Zirkzee. He came on today for Rasmus Højlund, who... He came on for Rasmus Højlund, let me just say that. And he came on, and we're used to seeing, to be honest, I keep saying it, every game of United, it feels like the striker who starts plays awful. The guy who comes in for him plays a little better, and we start to think, oh, the next game he's got to start because he played so well. And then he plays bad, his substitute plays better, and it's like a vicious cycle. So I'm hesitant to get too carried away here. But Zirkzee's cameo was excellent. That's the best cameo Zirkzee has given us, I think. Held up the ball incredibly well. He had this one pirouette turn on Saliba in the middle of the park, put Saliba on the floor, was combining well with Ahmad in the final third, had a huge opportunity at the end that Raya smartly saved low corner. I thought he had a really good cameo today. And then when he gets the penalties, I was telling my chat this, right? I was streaming on Twitch. I told my chat this. I'm confident Bruno's going to score. Bruno off penalties, that's as much of a gimme as you can get. Ahmad, I remember watching Ahmad at Sunderland be their main penalty taker, and his penalty was exceptional. After that, I was nervous because I think Arsenal have more, what would you say, bona fide penalty takers, like recognized penalty takers than Man United do. I think that's fair. Odegaard, Havertz, Rice, Jorginho obviously came off, but Trossard, like these are all like people I would expect to take penalties. Man United, who do we have outside of those two? Euro took the third. Incredible penalty. Cool, calm, composed, bottom corner. The fourth one was Lisandro. Sent the keeper the wrong way. And then the fifth penalty, I think everybody in the ground knew Zirkzee was going to take the fifth. And it felt like a moment for Zirkzee because obviously the cheering and booing happened the other week against Newcastle. That's the lowest point of his Man United career to date. But I was saying it on stream and I'm saying it again now. This penalty had the potential to be the biggest moment of his Man United career. Just a few weeks later, we've had rumors that he might leave this January, and then there were rumors that, no, he wants to fight for his place. Well, if that's the case, that penalty right there and that performance will go a long way in winning this fan base back. And they should never have booed or cheered him off. But there have been doubts, and rightfully so, about his performances. But that performance and then that penalty on top of that in a high pressure moment where I was shitting it for Zirkzee. Honestly, I didn't want him to go fifth because I was like, oh, if he misses this, the whole fan base is just going to get on to him, man. Oh my God. But give him credit. It was an excellent penalty. It was well taken, and it was the winning goal to send Man United through. And wow, what a reaction. What a win today, man. I'm so happy. I know it's just the FA Cup. It's just the fifth round. But hey, we won this tournament last year. Why can't we win this cup again? Why not? But it's a sweet feeling, man. It's, again, another big performance and a big win under Amorim. And I keep saying it with Amorim, like, these are the kinds of performances that I love for him because they're resolute, they're defensive, they're united, no pun intended, but they are a united performance right there. And I just think, like, I hate to keep bringing this guy back up, but I think if we play this game under Ten Hag, we get smoked by 3 today. I think we get smoked by 3 or 4. I think Amorim has really stamped his style on this team, and he stamped his mentality on this team as well too. Based on the City game, based on the Liverpool game, based on today, you can tell that there's a bit of resoluteness being added to this team, a bit of grit. There were 12 fouls by Ugarte by Man United in the first half. Ugarte must have had 6 of them on his own. This team is starting to develop a little bit of dog, a little bit, excuse my language here, but a little bit of bastard to them. And I always say, people hate playing against players like that. People hate playing against Diego Costa. They hate playing against Liam Delap, for example, because they're annoying, they're rough, they play on the edge. I actually liked when Højlund elbowed Saliba today. It was a foul, but I liked it. Let him know you're there. Make it uncomfortable for players to play against you. And I do think, look, the quality, that's not something you can coach, but the mentality and the shape and the resoluteness, that is something you can coach. And I think it is starting to improve game by game. And today, look, it wasn't perfect. We spent a lot of that team time suffering with 10 men. But I'm happy with the mentality and the group that we're kind of building, this resilient nature that we're building under Amorim. So full credit to Amorim. What a win. On to the next round of the FA Cup. But I seriously think this game is more about Arsenal than it is for United. Because this game right here just sums up their issues. Like, again, I'll say it. At no point in this game was I worried about Martinelli, Jesus, Trossard, Havertz, and Sterling. Sterling actually played okay today. It's probably his best game at Arsenal so far. But I wasn't nervous at one point. Martin Odegaard played a really good first half. Second half, a little better. It was okay. First half was really good. Jorginho was playing some nice balls over the top. And defensively, you know what you're going to get from Arsenal. But goal scoring, this is why I kept saying, I don't care how many goals you tell me Arsenal score at the end of the season. They'll score 80, 90 or whatever. That attack doesn't scare me, bro. That attack, those goals are coming off set pieces. They're coming off crosses. They're coming off deflections. They're not coming off like well-worked plays anymore. Arsenal don't play great football. And then even when they do create chances, look who's at the end of them. Nah, man, honestly, I hope Arsenal fans can really understand what I'm saying here. And it's ultimately the reason why you guys are going trophyless this year. And it's ultimately the reason why next year, you don't add to this attack. You're going trophyless again. You are. So much money has been invested in this defense, in this midfield. And Arteta is going to war with these attackers. It's why I thought the minute Saka went down, the season's over. There's no way these guys can cope without him. He carries that attack. Creatively, goal-scoring wise, dribbling, holding up the ball. He's better than all the rest of them combined. Major question marks have to be asked about Arsenal after today. This is a bad loss. And it's a bad week, to be fair. Newcastle, and now this. And I think they got Spurs coming up as well, too. Which I know Spurs, let's be real, they have a good record against them. But the games don't get easier. Villa coming up soon as well, too. It's bad times for Arsenal, bro. This is a bad loss. But for me, the spotlight's on Havertz today. That's awful. That's one of the worst individual cameos from a center forward you'll see in English football. The ease of the chances that fell to him and the ridiculousness of each miss. That's a massive concern, man. Havertz has done a really good job over the last year and a half of kind of winning over Arsenal fans who didn't want him to begin with. A lot of Arsenal fans weren't sold on the Havertz dream. He actually did a good job last year of scoring goals in big moments, of contributing. He went on a nice run of form. The last few weeks, this whole season, to be honest, ever since like the first 5 games of the year, I'll be real. I think that search for number 9 goes on this summer, man. Because I wrongfully thought at one point you can survive with Havertz up front and win the league if everyone else is really good. I was wrong. I was 1000% wrong. Nah, he ain't got it in him, bro. He ain't got the minerals, bro. He ain't got the quality in front of goal. He doesn't have the ruthlessness. He looks like Chelsea Havertz right now, and that's a massive concern for Arsenal. I think it's season done for you guys.